Hello, my name is Russell Smith with Grow It Now Garden Products. Today we're going to be talking about building raised beds in your backyard. Here we've got a spot where we're going to put a raised bed. It's right on an existing garden plot. The nice thing about raised beds is we can build them anywhere. You can build them on a garden plot, directly on top of the grass, on a concrete pad, because what you're going to do with a raised bed is you're going to control the environment, the growing environment of your plants. And so the first thing we recommend is to smooth out the area that you're going to be putting the raised bed. In this case, I tilled the garden and then I smoothed it out. I'm trying to level it off so that my raised bed is as level as it can be. Then we recommend putting down a weed cloth. This is a weed barrier from any weeds coming up through the bottom of the raised bed. This one is a weed shield by Gardenier. The nice thing about this is it's a dual layer design, so it prevents weeds from coming up through. It's kind of a fabric, woven fabric, but it also allows water to seep down through it. One thing about putting your weed barrier, you don't want to use plastics because you need to have proper water drainage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lay out the weed barrier where I want it, and then we'll build the raised bed on top of that. I've just laid down the weed cloth here. As you can tell, I went all the way up against the fence and I went all around there. What I'm trying to go for here is I want to keep all the weeds down all around my raised bed. So what I used is I used garden staples to hold the weed cloth down. Once we put the raised bed and the bark on top of it, you won't need them, but it's a windy day right now, so I just wanted to make sure it all stayed down while I did the work on the raised bed. So now we'll go and we'll make the raised bed. Okay, we're ready to build our raised beds now. I've got everything laid out. I've got my corner brackets, my screws, and my drill. What you're going to do is you're going to want to start at one of the first corners. So you slide your corner bracket over the wood. And one tip here is you want to make sure that the wood slides all the way flush with the bottom of the outside metal here. As soon as you have that flush, you can put a screw in. Okay, and now we'll do the same thing on this one. Make sure it's flush and it's all the way up against the edge of the corner there. Okay, the next one is we're going to build up this side only. And then we'll make our way around the edge of around the rest of the bed. Make sure that's flush. Okay, now we have one full side and a leg. So we'll come over to this leg here and we'll screw that corner bracket down. Again, make sure it's flush. If you're using Z-bars, you'll place the Z-bars down here. Otherwise, just build the board up on top. Okay, now we'll just keep working our way around. Okay, now we're going to come to this corner. Make sure that's flush. And now we've got a U shape here. So we're onto the final side of the bed. Slide your board down. Make sure this is flush. Put the top board in. And then finish off this corner and screw it down. So in under 4 minutes, you can create your raised bed. And there we have it. There is our raised bed. You can see it's right over top of the weed cloth. What we're going to do now is we're going to fill it up with a soil mixture. Okay, we finished the raised bed. We've put it where we want it. We have the ground cloth put down, and now we're ready to add the raised bed mix. The mixture that I have here is a soilless mix. It's a combination of coconut fiber, peat moss, manure, and perlite. And so we'll add that to the bed right now. Okay, we're back. We've filled the raised bed with the raised bed mix. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just even it all out. It's a really nice, smooth mix, easy to move around. Just spread it out how you want it. Now the nice thing about this, people ask me, well, why would you want to do a raised bed? Well, this area here is a very rocky area. I've been fighting rocks for the past 3 years, so I'm able to put a raised bed right over top of it, and I don't have to worry about rocks. The other thing is, when you move into a new house, you might have clayey soil, and it might take you 3 or 4 years to get that soil where you want it. With the raised bed, immediately you've got the environment that you want. So the other things that you can do is you can use like an edging, a lawn edging, and you can stake that down along the weed fabric, and then you can also put a red bark down, and this is what I'm going to do. It's just a nice, bright, vibrant red bark, and you can just lay that over top of the weed cloth. And that'll finish off your raised bed area really nicely. And so this is what we do, is we try to teach you how to garden so you can grow more vegetables.